Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to stop in and visit and check out my video. And of course, the new DLC has come down, the American Track Pack, and I know we're all really excited. I mean, I know I am, and just kind of getting my feet wet, so to speak, with it. So got a long way to go. Um, and of course, before we get started on this video, just a couple little updates. Um, of course, it's really important that I try to put out the content that you all like to watch. So any suggestions would be appreciated, especially like with this new DLC. Anything that you all prefer. I mean, there's so much stuff that all this stuff that comes out. Anything with ACC now, you get so much content. You can get flooded with it. So, I mean, it just depends on what you guys would like to see. I mean, I know you see a lot of good stuff that's out there. So, trust me when I say your suggestions or things that you'd like to see really makes a big difference, because I really want to put out stuff that people enjoy and are interested in, not stuff that's just regurgitated, so to speak, that you see all over the place. So again, it's really important. Second of all, it's still really early, but I ordered a new PC. So, I mean, I probably am not going to get it here for a little while, but of course, I'll go over that when I get that. And it's an upgrade over what I have, pretty much mostly across the board, and there'll be some interesting things with that, especially with ACC. Let's see. And also, back to the content. It's just because I've seen a lot of my views have pretty much kind of dropped steadily off of my videos, and I know it's just because a lot of people are doing things in the summer and all that. So I get all that, and also with the stuff gets kind of people get tired of seeing the same stuff all the time a lot of times. So you don't get as many views. So again, and I like I said, I get all that. A lot of people going outside in the summer because it's more enjoyable and things like that, instead of winter getting stuck inside and things. But again, I just don't want to put stuff out there that people aren't interested in. So again, any comments would be great, any suggestions, and I would really appreciate it. So again, with this, we're going to go over the update, and that's going to be really quick because there's not a lot on there as far as the technical part of the update. So this is not going to take that long, of 1.8.15, and of course, I want to put that out there so you all know what's added, what's been changed. There's a couple interesting things. Of course, everybody knows about the added the DLC content for the Circuit of Americas, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Watkins Glen. So those three tracks have been added. Bonus liveries from the 2022 GT World Challenge. And season for all players, and you got to do that in the Open Series. So again, that makes me question. I mean, some of these things are just me throwing ideas out there, me throwing things that I kind of see, kind of looking, not like I got any inside information at all, but it's just you look at it, and if you go into the Open Series or go into the Series part of it, like up here, it's not up here anywhere. So you have to do it in the Open Series. You can't do it in these have their own thing. So that kind of tells me that they're not done with it yet. That's just my thinking. Because otherwise they would put its own thing out there with it. So again, and of course, so if you want to play with those, if you want to do stuff with those cars or have a particular thing, you got to do it in an Open Series, and you got to select those tracks and things like that. Instead of it just, if you did the official one, it would just be there. Because, of course, added all the full season liveries from the 2022 GT World Challenge EU. Again, that's via Open Series, again, because usually they don't come out until the end of the year. So, again, they added these already, and, of course, we're still, in the middle of the season. So, gameplay. They added support for the new DLC tracks and Custom Championship, of course, like I said, and that way in Open Series you have to select them. And I did verify that they are there. They fixed mass driver duplication when playing against the Lamborghini Huracan ST, the ST Evo 2. So again, they must have had a lot of duplicate drivers. It's same guy driving multiple cars. So they fixed that. The UI, they fixed ever increasing memory usage when refreshing unfiltered server list. So something that, technical with that. They added a new nationality options. So got that. I haven't checked into that to see what that is, but I mean, just keeping, like I said, just giving you all the info that they have listed. Now the physics. They tweaks in the GT4 slick tires, rolling resistance, camber simulation, and combined grip. So that's definitely going to change a little adjustment with the GT4 cars. I need to, see if I can find some kind of time to see if I can drive a few of them and see what they look like. Tweaks in the wet tires. So that's interesting. I know they keep making adjustments to the wet because it's so difficult to simulate it to what it really feels like in real wet conditions. So it's interesting that they keep trying, they keep working on that part of it. And here's a couple of interesting things here. They got fuel consumption tweaks for the Bentley, the Porsche 992 Cup, the Ferrari 88 GT3 Evo, and the Porsche 991.2 GT3 and more. So they have done some fuel consumption changes. So that, again, you need to be checking your mileage because things might be a little different. So that's kind of interesting too. That can definitely change a few things. And of course, lastly, the BOP tweaks for the Bentley and the Aston Martin V8. So they've did some BOP tweaks for those two cars. So didn't say what, they just say BOP tweaks. So those are all the technical parts of this update. Of course, along with the DLC, and I'm sure as you're seeing this, obviously because this is the next day, this is Friday, should be when I'm getting this out. They usually will, have a hot fix or two, just fine tuning stuff. So I'm sure that will already be out. I would be surprised if it wasn't, but usually, again, that's just fine tuning stuff. So let's get on with the liveries here. I like showing the liveries. I just think they're just artwork as far as I'm concerned. Now this has been here, so I didn't notice it. I actually raced one of these cars when I did Aston Martin, but I just think it's pretty awesome looking as far as with the Aston Martin livery. But there is one new one here that I did see, and that's this one here. So that is a new livery that goes along with the American pack. So again, you can, they don't have the lights on the front, so. But I like that. That's a nice livery. I like that color combination. Got orange in it, so it's got to be good. But that's nice. But that's the only one that I've seen that is changed. Everything else. Now, you have this one that I think is that's the same, and that's an older one. So that's not new. So these are all the same. You can always tell with the newer ones because they have the numbers on the back usually, or a different color. And also on these, you can tell they're new because they got this mobile eye. Must be a new sponsor for the series for all these different ones. So it's usually you could tell sign that it's a newer, updated livery. So anyway, I checked all the other ones. I didn't see anything. So let's move on to the Audis. That would be the next. Now, a lot of these, you see a lot more cars, and that's because they added the Sprint and the Endurance. So as you can see, where before they just had the one, like a Rossi's car, they had just the one car. Well, now they have both. They have the car that does the Sprint, that's just, doesn't have the extra driving lights, and then they have the other one with all, with the driving lights on the front. So you'll see that a lot. There is a couple. Where is it? There's that one. I didn't see this one before. Maybe it was there, but I didn't see it. The McDonald's livery one. So that's different. Let's see. And you can also tell sometimes by the letters at the bottom here, but I think all these are this. Again, they added a lot of the both series, the Sprint and the Endurance. So there's just a few little changes in them there. Like this one, it doesn't have the lights in it, so there's a lot of those. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. These are all the same. They might have added. I think this was there, but they added the other series to it. So again, some of the sponsors are a little bit different, but pretty much the same. So again, the Bentley. The only one that I've seen that's the Bentley is this one, which I raced actually a while ago. That's an updated livery. Really good looking livery, which I raced that, like I said, I don't know, about a month ago or so or something. But that's a really gorgeous car. But I checked all the other liveries, and they are all the same, so I didn't see anything different. M4. Now this one, you have a couple different new ones. You have the Bimmer World. That's part of the USA pack, which I think it looks nice. Of course, again, the only thing is with these, none of them have the driving lights in them because they're just pretty much the Sprint. But they look good. And also, I think that was there. The Mega Life batteries was there. That's the British GT. And of course, Rowe was there. They updated that. And you have Turner Motorsports, which is big here in the U.S. They run IMSA also. So that's a really cool looking livery. I really like that one. A lot of neat graphics on that. Looks really good. So other than that, all the other ones have already been there for a little while. So next, go to the Ferrari. Excuse my sinuses; they're just messed up today for some reason. Here, there's a few I didn't notice, like this one. I didn't notice this one. That's definitely a newer one. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's definitely again, it seems like all the Sprint series type stuff because they don't have the extra lights in them. But it's definitely a new one because it's got that mobile eye on the back and the different colored numbers. Let's say of Corsa. But other than that, I don't think I remember seeing any of these other ones. That might be a newer one, but that's definitely was there. So maybe one or two newer ones on the Ferrari. There was one down here, which was really cool. All these I checked up here, and they're all the same. But this one's one with the pack for the American pack. That is an awesome looking Ferrari there. Again, they're just the Sprint because they don't have the extra driving lights on them. But I think that is some cool looking livery right there. Really nice. And of course they have that car too, which I think that's really cool looking also. So I think actually both of those cars, they did a great job with those liveries. I mean, that's a tough pick between the two because I think they both look really, really good. So that's the only two new ones really that I've seen as far as the American pack. And then, like I said, all the other ones, I checked all these other ones and they're all the same. Of course, you have the Iron Lynx, which those are new, which I've raced that car. So you got a couple of those that they're updated. But other than that, they're all the same. So move on to the Honda. And, of course, the Honda, you have a couple new ones in here. You have this one here, Racer's Edge Motorsports. Again, it's part of the American pack, which, of course, it's kind of neat because you see it's got the Acura badges on it, but it's a Honda. See, it says Acura on the back, but over here in the United States, in the States, they're called Acuras, but everywhere else it's under the Honda banner. So I mean, same car, but kind of neat, and I think it looks nice. And of course, then you have the real-time racing. You have that one. Which, again, I think that looks really nice also. Some really good color schemes there. Again, they're all the Sprint type uh, setup. You're not the endurance, but I think that looks really good. And as far as that, I did not see any other ones in here that have been changed. So everything else is the same cars. So go back. Lamborghini. Now, you have this one here, this Barwell, that I don't remember seeing this one. This is definitely a new one because it's got that mobile eye on the back. It might have been there before, but I have not noticed it before. So, of course, it's the Barwell. But that is a cool looking livery. Now, this isn't the U.S. This is just the GT World Challenge. But I still think that's cool looking. Very nice livery. I mean, again, I checked. Barwell has some really nice liveries, but all these are the same ones that they've had before. So just different, as far as sprint or endurance. And then let's see this one here. That's that is. I'm pretty sure that is the that's a GT World Challenge, but again that's a different livery. I don't remember seeing it either. And that's nice. I like that too. Good, really good color combination and contrast. So that's definitely a nice car. Now this is, and you can also tell, see their endurance setup because they got the extra driving lights on some of these too. So that definitely is a sign. But that's really nice. And then you have this one down here, which that's got some really crazy colors. Definitely different. And then let's see what else we have. We have, you have, no, that's not that one. Wrong one. There's one in here. Well, you got K-Pack, and basically it's the same thing. They did the same thing. See, they just don't. They got the the number one, and they have the Sprint one. So they got the Sprint in both of those, and then they have the cars that they had before. So basically, again, they added the Sprint side of it, but it's the same car. So I just want to show you that those are there. And then there's this one here I saw. Now again, this might have been there, but I don't remember seeing this. And I think it looks really good. I mean, now this one was there. That's been there. But this one, you can tell again, it's got that Mobileye sticker on the back. But I don't remember seeing it. And that's a cool looking livery. I like that. Really nice. And of course, it's the Endurance. It's got the extra, the driving lights on it. And it's kind of neat. It's got the British flag on one side. And I think that's the German. Excuse me, I'm probably wrong, but that might be the German flag on that side. I'm not really positive. At least I think it is, but I could be wrong. But again, it's still cool. I like it. And let's see what else we got. There's a couple other ones I wasn't sure of. Was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one either. Those are the same. Was it this one? No, it wasn't that one either. I know one of them's in here. These are definitely different here. This is the TR3 Racing, so this is definitely part of. Now this is part of the American series. Again, the American pack. Which this, Lamborghini Miami. That is a cool livery. That's something different. You don't see too many Lamborghinis just all white like that with the, with these kind of graphics on it. So I think that's a really great job. Great looking car. I like the contrast. I like the black wheels, and then you got the white. Very nice. And then this one was added because I know it had this one in it, but these two, excuse me, these two, I think are added on. Same kind of liveries, just a little bit different sponsors and all that kind of stuff, but they are added. And then also this one, and of course this is the American Pack 2. Are also, and again, they just added the Sprint to it. And they also added this one, which is a different. I like that. That's really cool looking. Very nice. Excuse me, I had to get a sip of something. Just clear my throat. So, but I think that looks really good. And of course, these two look similar, the cartoon drawings, but one is the endurance and the other one isn't. A little bit different design too, which is very cool. So those are all the Lamborghinis that I could find, even some ones I wasn't sure of, but I just wanted to show everything that I could. So now we'll go on to the McLaren. You got Garage 59 on here. That's definitely new. That I don't remember them because that's a new. They were at Aston Martin before, and they got some really good looking cars. I mean, look at that. I think they look really good. Now remember that. Now, what does that look like? That kind of looks like the Barwell Lamborghini, same kind of sponsors. But that looks really nice. Again, it's Sprint, but they have it over here in the Endurance. So they have it both, both liveries, in both setups for Sprint and Endurance. So that's cool. I like that. A couple of the other ones, the Inception. I'm not sure if these are both there or not. I mean, you have this one and you have that one, which that one's the older one, and then this one I think is the newer one. So again, you have those, which is added, and I don't think there was any other ones. I was looking to see. No, that's the same. Those are the same. I just try to look through here and see if I could find them. There's a bunch of these, which I don't remember if they were all in here or not with JP Motorsports, but there's a bunch of these different liveries that are they're all similar, but they all have a little bit differences, different mirror colors, different setups as far as endurance or sprint. But like I said, now see that's because it's got that Mobileye on the back, so that tells me again usually that means a newer one, but I don't remember if it was in there or not. That's a newer one also. That's a newer one. That's a newer one. So kind of cool. I like those. Those look good. Those always look nice. I always like those liveries. And I think that is it as far as the McLaren goes. I checked a lot of these other ones, and I'm pretty sure they're all the same. So go back. We got a couple big ones up here coming up. AMG is one of them. AMG is probably one of the biggest ones in here as far as the new liveries. As you can see, you got some. You got this one here. ASP team, and they got a ton of stuff. Look at all these liveries. That's a nice one. I really like that. Very nice. And then you have that one. Very cool colors. Kind of reminds me of some of the colors they've had before on some of their liveries. I mean, what do you think? You can put your comments below what you all think, but it reminds me of some of the colors they've had before. Really good looking colors. Love the AMG. Of course, you have this one too. Another great color combination. One of my favorite cars. 88 is always one of my favorite cars. Of course, 89. Again, these are all the Sprint type, and then they got the same thing. Well, not same, but they got some of the same stuff going on for the Endurance, because here's the Endurance of that same combination. And, of course, you got Marciello driving this one. Really cool looking. I really like it. I think it looks great. Again, some of the best, I think, liveries out there. Really look good. And then of course you have the CrowdStrike Racing, which I've already seen a couple of guys and a couple of YouTubers running this car. You know, that's definitely different. Looks nice. Again, that's part of that American pack, which, you know, it's Riley Motorsports. But again, it looks really good. Again, always, you know, we get kind of spoiled because, you know, Kuno's just does a phenomenal job and all this stuff. And, you know, it gets almost to the point where, you know, you expect it and you just take it for granted, really. I mean, it's just, you know, whether it's outside, inside, I mean, it's just every time I look at it, I never get tired of it. It's just the detail, how good it looks. That's why I say I like looking at them, because it's like art to me. They look so good, so good. Um, so yeah, I mean, we get kind of spoiled, I think, because we just, you know, expect it all the time. But, you know, I'm glad they keep the passion, because you got to do a lot of this detail stuff. You got to have passion to do it, or they wouldn't be this detailed. And you got DXDT Racing again, part of the American pack, which I think, again, that's a nice livery. Looks really good. I like the little stars all around it, the little Mercedes stars all over it. It looks, just little things like that. Looks really good. And the blue and the green and the black. That's a cool looking car right there. And of course you have this a little bit different sponsor, but same looking car. Again, just awesome looking. Can't beat that. You can't. I mean, that's just awesome. Let's see. Then we have a lot of this other stuff is a lot of the same, like the Ram Racing. That's all the same. But I try to check some of this other stuff just in case they updated something. You got this one here, US Racetronics. You have this one, which again is that USA pack, and I mean, that's, again, it looks really good. I mean, a little on the plain side, but I like it. I like the contrast. I'm a contrast type person, and good color, good color combinations, and I think it looks good. Got kind of the matte wheels, with the matte gray, matte black or whatever, and then you got the white and red. I mean, I think it looks good. Good, basic stuff, but it still looks really good. And then, of course, you got Windward Racing, which I just used the other day at Donington when I raced the other day. But, of course, they have some updates with this. So, again, that's kind of cool. I mean, they just had the one car. Now they got three. Now, again, this is the Sprint. And then this is the one I used here. That's the one that's been there. But then you got this one. So that's different. Brick Max. Again, it's, different combination, which I think it looks nice with the blue and the white. A couple different blues and the white. And then, of course, you have, like I said, this one. So, again, it looks really nice. It looks cool. So, again, that's, good amount of cars there as far as all these. I've checked a lot of the other ones, and they're all the same. So, didn't see anything different. That's been there. That was in one of the newer ones, too, but that's been there. Not bad looking car. Again, kind of a little on the plain side, but I still think it looks good. But I think that's it on those. So, again, let's go back to the next one, which, I think we only have one more because there's no Nissans. And it's just the Porsche, which the Porsche, if anybody knows what's going on with the GPX Racing, I haven't seen any of their new, and, they're not in any of the races this year. And, you got Matt Campbell and stuff. I don't even know what he's doing. So, I mean, he's too good of a driver to be sitting on the sideline somewhere, so I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's driving somewhere in the British GT or doing something, but I haven't heard or seen of him this year. So no new cars. It's kind of disappointing because they're a big team. But we got a few here, I think. You have this. What is this? Shanghai Racing Team. Definitely different kind of livery. That's kind of different. I mean, that's pretty loud. I like it. I mean, I think it's, it's definitely got a lot of thought into it. That's endurance. It's got the lights in it. I like it though. I think it's cool looking. Got a lot of different colors, some bright ones too. So I like that. Um, and of course, you have probably the biggest one that's out there now is the Dynamic Motorsport, and again, they're pretty much the same. A lot of it is just, again, they put the Sprint with the Endurance, like I've been talking about, and of course, you got a few little differences in the sponsors or whatever. But I mean, they got this. I love this blue, but I'm not really sure if I really get with this green and the blue. I don't know. That's just me. And of course, then you have the orange with the blue. You got that one also. Again, those are new, but I mean that's part of the Sprint. And then that's last year's. That's older. That's the one they're using in the Endurance. Is that one and that one. The orange. They got the orange, and then they have the green. So, but that's other than that. Those have been there. Other than that, I checked all through here and did not see any new ones. Now, this one here might have been here, but I didn't recognize it. There's a whole bunch of these before where I thought there was just only a couple. So, again, there's like this one here, which I did not remember seeing. And that's different. That's definitely bright green with the blue. So that's definitely different. I definitely like it. I mean, I know you got this one too. I don't remember seeing that one either. So there's a couple of these that I'm not really positive if they were there or not, but I'm just showing them anyway in case anybody else missed them. But I still think they look really nice. Some really good color combos. I know those were there, but these weren't. And you can tell, again, they're the newer. You can tell they're the newer ones. That isn't, but that is, and that is. So again, and then you have the last one is Wright Motorsports, which I'll be honest with you, I really don't care for that. This is disappointing because I like Wright Motorsports, but that really doesn't. For all the liveries, I don't know. To each their own, but it's not really doesn't really do anything for me. I just don't really care for that color combination. But, hey, whatever. So, still a Porsche. Still beautiful. I still like the Porsche, but definitely different. Of course, that's the older one, which that car is great looking. But that one is just okay. But those are all the liveries with the updates. So, again, if you want me to show some of these tracks and go through those, I mean, I can go through that and we can check them out. It depends on, I don't mind making a short video, or I don't mind making it an hour or multiple hours. It doesn't matter to me. The only thing I do is I want to put out stuff that y'all would like to watch. That's really the bottom line. So again, your comment and feedback is critical, and again, I want to put something out that we all can enjoy, and maybe we can. I always try to learn something every lap. I try to learn something new. Try to learn something new with the setup. Learn something new with the track. And to be honest with you, I basically just barely even looked at a track. So I've not done too much with the tracks at all yet. So I'll be burning the midnight oil all weekend long with them, so I'll be doing plenty of time on them. So again, if you're something that you all are interested in, I'm setup wise, I mean, I can work on that, try to over the weekend, but again, we'll have to see what happens, and I'll go from there. So again, please leave your comments, like and subscribe. Again, we got about 52% of people that view, but they're not subscribed. So I would really appreciate the support. It would really help. And again, I'm always trying to improve the channel, and always trying to, I'm just a little teeny little, flea on the dog, so to speak. So, I'm just a small little channel and try to have decent content, whether it's races or setups or just whatever. So again, and that's why, models, just doing, that's what this channel's about. Just a little bit of variety to, try not to focus on just one thing all the time. I know racing's most of it, but I try to diversify a little bit as far as the models, and, And of course, even the MotoGP, I just a little bit of that. But again, I know it's not big, and my main thing is ACC. But again, I try to be a little bit diverse with stuff. So again, I sure hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we all can have some fun with this new DLC, and we can go from there. Y'all take care, and we'll see you the next time.